actually do a little bit of chair yoga, but if that makes you nervous and to want to turn off the video, hang in there with me. I promise you'll enjoy it. All right, so we are going to just sit in whatever chair that you have available. If you are able to move about, just scoot yourself a little bit away from the back of the chair so that your back isn't right up against it. Plant your feet flat on the ground if you can, and just shimmy a little bit to feel your hips settle into the chair. Feel your feet ground into the earth. And from there, start to bring your attention to your breath. Your hands can rest in your lap, or you can put one hand over your heart and one hand over your abdomen and start to take a few deep breaths. You're welcome to close your eyes or just soften them so that as you look down towards the floor or out in front of you, your eyes aren't as focused. And exhale, breathe everything out. And then breathe in and out through your nose. 1. And again, 2. And a third deep breath. And from there, just let your hands rest on your knees or thighs. If you have any sinus issues or not able to breathe in and out through your nose, out through the mouth is fine, or even in through the mouth. But as much as you can, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Then we're going to roll the shoulders forward and up, and then down and back. As big or small of a movement feels good for you. Forward and up, down and back. Let your breath flow naturally as you move, inhaling and exhaling. 3 more times. Last one. And then let the shoulders relax, hands rest in the lap, and just notice the feeling in the shoulders and the upper body. A deep breath in between, and exhaling. Then we're going to shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears and squeeze real tight, and then let them drop and kind of flop all the way down. So maybe inhale as you squeeze up, and exhale, let it all out and drop them down. 3 more times. Inhale up and out. Shoulders drop down. 2 more. And as you notice, my breath changed with what felt right to exhale with a forceful exhalation through the mouth, so you can just change and adjust as you like. Now we're going to drop the right ear down to the right shoulder and just let the head relax. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, bring the head back up to center. Exhale, other side. So even if you're on an opposite side from me, just go back and forth. So we're letting the head release. Deep breath. And coming back to center. The next time we're going to add something, so you're going to drop right ear to right shoulder and then take left hand or opposite hand and just reach down towards the floor with the palm of your hand so that you feel a little bit more stretch through the shoulder as the head is moving in one direction, the hand in the other. 1 more breath. Coming back to center with the head, hand to the lap, left ear to left shoulder, just dropping the head down. Right hand reaches down towards the floor with the palm or the heel of your hand. Feeling the stretch through the shoulder and the neck. It's easy for us to feel the weight of the world on our shoulders. Some of those sayings that we say on a regular basis can be interpreted quite literally. We carry stress and weight in our shoulders, so this helps us to release. Coming back to center with the head, hands to the lap. Now we're going to breathe out, in and out, and we're going to lift our arms up to the ceiling. If there's any shoulder tension, feel free to only lift as high as you can or just to focus on the breath. But we're going to take our hands and inhale all the way up to the ceiling and exhale, release down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. As the arms float down, let the shoulders float down as well. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, release. We're going to bring the hands back to the lap. They can rest on the thighs or very gently on the knees. No gripping. And this is where sitting a little bit away from the chair is helpful. We're going to do what's called a cat-cow exercise. So we're going to pull our belly toward us, round your back and look down towards the floor. So you may feel the back press towards the back of the wall and pull your belly or your navel in towards your spine. And then inhale, start to sit up. We're going to come into a cow stretch, lifting the gaze towards the ceiling, lifting the heart, relaxing the shoulders. Exhale, we come back into a Halloween cat. That's why this is called cat-cow pose. Rounding the back, dropping the head. Moving with your breath 3 more times. Inhale, lift the heart and the chest. Gaze goes towards the ceiling, drop the shoulders. And exhale, round, starting from your core, the belly, and then the rest of the body follows. Release all the breath. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze, relax the shoulders. Exhale, round. Moving with the breath, whatever movement works for you. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, we're just going to come right back to center. Let your hips and your feet ground into the earth, into the chair. 2 more exercises we're going to do in this practice. We're going to do a little twist. If there's any tension or injury in the back, feel free to skip this or just really micro movements. You're going to put your left hand on the outside of the left thigh. The right hand can rest to the side of your chair. And inhale, grow real tall. Lift yourself up towards the ceiling and then rotate around to look behind you, just gentle twist. Take 3 deep breaths here. Rotate a little bit more each time you breathe out. So the rate of your breath may be different than mine. That's okay, just keep the breath flowing. Next breath in, slowly unwind, come back to center. Both hands resting on the thighs, just kind of wiggle the upper body a little bit to release. We'll start to prep, take the left hand or the right hand on the left knee, or just opposite hand. The hand that you're turning in the direction of goes down to the chair, and then inhale, grow real tall. So you lift up through the spine and exhale, start to rotate around. As you breathe in, you feel yourself expand and even unwind a little bit. And then as you exhale, you twist a little bit more, releasing the breath, squeezing your belly in. 2 more breaths. Very gently unwinding on the next breath in, coming back to center. letting your hands rest on your thighs or knees in a gentle little shake to release any tension. Last exercise in this series, you're going to take one ankle, if it's possible, and cross it at the top of the thigh or the knee. If not, then just cross the ankles in front of you. And we're just going to breathe in and out here. If you're able to cross, you may already be feeling a stretch through the hip. You want to flex the foot of the leg that's crossed and just take a couple of breaths. And if you're crossing the ankles or crossing the knees, just take a few deep breaths. If this is easy for you and if this knee is lower down and you're not feeling a stretch, you can start to lean forward a little bit. For me, this is plenty to feel a stretch through the hip. And then release that leg. Place both feet back down on the ground, shimmy a little bit in between. And then we'll do the opposite side. So how far this leg goes might be different than the other side. So you might cross at the ankles or cross at the thighs, or like this with the hip, flex that foot. Sit up tall, take a few deep breaths, and a gentle leaning forward if you want to accentuate that stretch just a little bit. And then we'll release, come back to that sitting position where we started in the very beginning. At the end of every yoga class, there's just a closing moment or two, it might be a few minutes, where you just sit and let the body integrate the movement that you've experienced. So you can either have a soft gaze in front of you or towards the floor, or you can close the eyes. And just allow the breath to flow freely. Allow the muscles of the face and the shoulders to soften, releasing the jaw. Allowing the mind to just rest. It's very natural for thoughts to come through the mind, and if they do, just let them to pass by as if a cloud is passing by in the sky and go along their way. Bringing the mind back to the breath. When you're ready, just very gently opening your eyes. And if you'd like, you can press the palms together in front of your heart. Just take a moment to feel the sensations. Feel how your body feels. Notice how your mind is doing compared to before you started. And we end with a simple word, which simply means the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. The more we practice, the better we feel, and that's up to you. And it only takes a few moments. Whether you even do as much as we did in this little practice, you can take a moment, just take a few deep breaths. Shrug and relax the shoulders, do a little bit of movement. It makes a big difference.